Hi there, all you bakers and cooks out there. I want to tell you about my interpretation of no-knead bread. I'm going to make it with rosemary and olive oil. I went ahead and put a cup and a half of flour, whole wheat flour, and a cup and a half of all-purpose flour in it to kind of move the video along. There's a lot of videos out there on the no-knead bread if you are interested in watching them. The first thing we need to do is put some of the rapid rise yeast in it. It only takes like a quarter teaspoon of it, and there's a quarter teaspoon of that. And we need on the salt, here we'll just take the top off, make it easy on ourselves. We need a teaspoon and a half of salt, and here's our half, and we got that in. Okay, what I like to do is I take about a palmful of rosemary and put it in my hand. God, that smells good. And just kind of break it up, let the oils come out of it, and then on my oil I have a cup and a half of warm water to help the yeast along, and I use a good extra virgin olive oil, and 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. We just put it, oops, we better mix this up before we do that. So let's get our yeast around and everything else, and that looks good. And then we'll put our oil and water in. You can put as much rosemary or oil in that makes you happy, and then we'll stir this up here. And if you've ever tried putting rosemary on a steak, or haven't tried, you'll love it. You'll not want to eat another steak without rosemary. It makes all the difference in the world. And this is starting to come together. You just keep doing it until it's all incorporated. We're getting there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Get a little off the edges here. We'll get it all down. And there you go. Do a little more here. And okay. I'll be putting cling wrap or plastic wrap over the top of this to covered. I tried it with a towel, and you start, as long as it does, you start getting little dark spots, so I don't like that. So I'll be using the cling wrap, or the wrapping paper, or plastic wrap. I'll get it, plastic wrap on there. And the other thing I do with this is I want to make like a little slurry for the top of the bread. So I put the rosemary in there with a little olive oil when I'm doing this, and I will nuke this for like 1 minute, and that will help release the rosemary flavoring into the oil, and then when you put it over the top of it, it gives the crust a little more taste on it, and it's a lot better. So if you want, you could use a slurry on a steak, and it'll give it an extra crusty, more barbecuey taste to it, and I recommend that you try using it on a steak. We'll be back later to when this is risen, to put it down and then put it in a different container, and we'll go on from the video from there. Thank you very much. Okay, now our bread has risen, and I'm taking the saran wrap off. Looks pretty nice. As you can see, it's risen. I put a little spray olive oil in here to help me get it out. I'm going to transfer it to this other container. I like this other container better because it gives it a little height, and then when you put it in there, it still has a height. So I'll put a little spray olive oil in there, and let's see if I can get this out of here without too much problem. It's a little on the sticky side, of course, and it has quite a bit of moisture, but it will be alright. And it plops right in there, and I think that we're good. So, wash my paws here. Now I'll be putting this aside with the top on it lightly, and we'll let it rise again, then we'll go to our steel pot. Okay, thank you. Okay, I've heated my pot to 500 degrees, so it's nice and hot like the instructions tell you. And my bread has risen very nicely. It's got some bubbles in it, so it looks like it's going to be a real nice rise and everything else. This pot is extremely hot, so be careful when you're doing this. And what I do is I just walk it around a little bit, make sure it's loose, and then let it go in there. You can hear it sizzling, and it's letting go. There we go. And we'll take and shake the pot a little bit, get it around, and now I get my olive oil slurry, and I get a little bit of the rosemary on it, and I just keep brushing it. And you can hear it sizzle. There we go, that should be enough for right now. And then I'm going to make some things to let the steam out, some cuts in it, relief cuts. There we go. And just for fun, I'm going to throw a little sesame seed on there. You don't have to do that. And back in the oven, and I'm going to turn it down to 450 and cook it for a half hour. Then I'll take the lid back off and cook it for another 15 minutes. And we'll see what it turns out. Okay, thank you. Okay, the bread is out of the cast iron vessel that we have here. And it's still quite a bit warm. It's only been out for about 3 or 4 minutes, but I wanted to show you that it came out fairly nice. And we'll cut a little piece here. And the crumb looks great, and this looks great. I have a new idea for you if you like. Try putting a little butter on it and tasting it right away. This is a good idea, but I don't know if it'll ever catch on. I hope you try this recipe, and good luck with it. Put your own little spin on it. Oh, and the leftover slurry, I'm keeping it for a steak, so don't forget to put this on steaks. It makes a really wonderful London broil or whatever your favorite steak is. Just try it one time, you'll see what I mean. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it.